Today, we're cracking open a book from way back in 1916 that's rumored to be the secret weapon for everyone from Silicon Valley giants to the pioneers of the entire self-help movement. We're talking about Charles F. Haanel's The Master Key System. Let's break down exactly what makes this century-old text so powerful. So, right out of the gate, this is the core idea of the entire system. What Haanel is saying is that the world that really matters isn't the one you see and touch. No, it's the invisible one inside you, your thoughts, your feelings. And he argues that this inner world is where all true power really comes from. And that brings us to the absolute foundation of his philosophy, this relationship between the world within you and the world without. According to Haanel, if you don't get this relationship right, nothing else will click into place. You see, Haanel claims most of us have it completely backward. We're always trying to change our external world, our job, our money, our relationships, by working on the outside. But he says that's just treating the symptom. The outer world is just a mirror, an effect. The real work, the cause of everything you experience, starts inside your own head. Think about it like this. Your inner world is where the creativity happens. It's the cause. It's subjective. And here's the most important part. It's the one thing you can actually control. The outside world? Well, that's just the result, the objective reflection of what's going on inside. So if you want to change the reflection in the mirror, you don't try to change the mirror. You have to change what it's reflecting. Okay, so if our inner world is in the driver's seat, what's the engine? How does this process actually work? Well, according to Haanel, it all comes down to the two distinct parts of our mind working together as one system. First up, you've got your conscious mind, or what he calls the objective mind. This is the part you're probably most familiar with. It's your logical brain, it analyzes, it uses reason, it takes in information from your senses. But Haanel gives it a really cool and critical job title. He calls it the watchman at the gate. Its whole purpose is to stand guard and decide what gets to pass into your inner world. Because once you get past that gate, you're in the realm of the subconscious mind. And this is the powerhouse. This is where your emotions, your memories, your habits all live. And here's the crucial thing. It doesn't reason. It doesn't argue. It takes whatever the watchman lets through and accepts it as a direct command. It just gets to work making it your reality. No questions asked. So this leads us to the fuel for this whole mental machine. If the conscious mind is the gatekeeper and the subconscious is the tireless builder, then what's the actual building material they're working with? It's our thoughts. And this is a really big deal in the system. Your thoughts aren't just these harmless little things floating around in your head. No way. Every single thought is an active creative energy. It's a cause that, by law, has to produce some kind of effect in your world. I love this metaphor Haanel uses. He says the mind is like a master weaver. And with every thought you think, you're weaving two things at the exact same time. The internal fabric of who you are, your character, and the external fabric of your life, your circumstances. So, what's the principle that makes all this happen? What's the universal law that governs how thoughts literally become things? Haanel gives it a name you've almost certainly heard before, but he frames it not as some new age concept, but as a fundamental law of physics, just like gravity. The way he defines the law of attraction is really important. It's not magic, it's a mechanism. It's the principle that says the energy of your thought will automatically find and connect with the object of that thought, and through a natural, predictable process, pull it into your life. So how does it actually work? Well, he breaks it down into 4 stages. First, a thought isn't just a thought, it's a vibration, a frequency you're sending out. Second, that vibration automatically seeks out a matching frequency, its object. Third, and this is key, it's feeling, like strong desire or love that gives the thought its power, its juice. And finally, what he calls the law of growth takes over and brings it into physical form, kind of like a seed slowly but surely growing into a full-blown plant. Now, all of this sounds pretty incredible in theory, right? But theory alone doesn't change anything. So how do we actually start doing this? How do you go from just understanding the system to actually mastering it? And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If everything really does come down to our thoughts, but our minds are constantly racing with worries, distractions, and random chatter, I mean, where do you even start? Well, Haanel gives us a very specific, practical exercise to begin with. It sounds deceptively simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Step 1, control your body. Just sit completely still for 15 minutes. Step 2, control your mind. Try to inhibit all thought, to just be quiet inside. This proves to yourself that you can be in charge. And step 3, just relax and let go of all tension. He says this one practice is the bedrock, the foundation for everything else. And that's the core message here. This isn't about chasing some power outside of you. It's about realizing, understanding, and then deliberately exercising the power you already have inside you, simply by putting these exact principles into practice. So, let's just recap the big takeaways. Number 1, your inner world of thought creates your outer world of experience, period. Number 2, your conscious mind is the watchman that guards the gate to your creative subconscious. 3, the law of attraction is the engine that automatically turns your most dominant thoughts into reality. And maybe most importantly, number 4, none of this is magic. It's a skill. And just like any other skill, it's developed through consistent daily practice. So that's really the final, powerful question that Haanel leaves us with. If your own mind is the master weaver of your reality, and the thread it uses is your own thoughts, then the power and the responsibility to create an absolute masterpiece is, and always has been, entirely up to you.